Macedonia is a geographic and historical region of Greece in the southern Balkans. Macedonia is the largest and second most populous Greek region, dominated by mountains in the interior and the port cities of Thessaloniki and Kavala on its southern coastline. Macedonia is part of northern Greece, together with Thrace and sometimes Thessaly and Epirus. It incorporates most of the territories of ancient Macedon, a kingdom ruled by the Argeads whose most celebrated members were Alexander the Great and his father Philip II. The name Macedonia was later applied to identify various administrative areas in the Roman, Byzantine Empire with widely differing borders. For details. Even before the establishment of the modern Greek state in 1830, it was identified as a Greek province, albeit without clearly defined geographical borders. By the mid-19th century, the name was becoming consolidated informally, defining more of a distinct geographical, rather than political, region in the southern Balkans. At the end of the Ottoman Empire, most of the region known as Rumelia was divided by the Treaty of Bucharest of 1913. Following the Ottoman defeat in the Balkan Wars of 1912–13, Greece, Serbia, Bulgaria each took control of portions of the Macedonian region. With Greece obtaining the largest portion, a small section went to Albania. The region was an administrative subdivision of Greece until the administrative reform of 1987, when the region was divided into the regions of West Macedonia and Central Macedonia and part of the region of East Macedonia and Thrace, the latter containing also the whole of the region of Thrace. Central Macedonia is the most popular tourist destination in Greece with more than 3.6 million tourists in 2009. History. Prehistory. Macedonia lies at the crossroads of human development between the Aegean and the Balkans. The earliest signs of human habitation date back to the Paleolithic period, notably with the Petrolona cave in which was found the oldest European humanoid, Arcanthropus europaeus petroloniensis. In the late Neolithic period, trade took place from quite distant regions, indicate rapid socio-economic changes. One of the most important changes was the start of copper working. Ancient history. Archaeological site of Pella, capital of ancient Macedonia. Facade of the tomb of the Palmettes, Mysid. Lion of Amphipolis. View of the archaeological site of Philippi. View of ancient Dion. According to Herodotus, the history of Macedonia began with the Macedonia tribe, among the first to use the name. Migrating to the region from Hysteriotis in the south. There they lived near Thracian tribes such as the Bryges, who would later leave Macedonia for Asia Minor and become known as Phrygians. Macedonia was named after the Makedonoi. Accounts of other toponyms such as Emathia are attested to have been in use before that. Herodotus claims that a branch of the Macedonians invaded southern Greece towards the end of the 2nd millennium BC. Upon reaching the Peloponnese, the invaders were renamed Dorians, triggering the accounts of the Dorian Invasion. For centuries the Macedonian tribes were organized in independent kingdoms, in what is now Central Macedonia, and their role in internal Hellenic politics was minimal, even before the rise of Athens. The Macedonians claimed to be Dorian Greeks and there were many Ionians in the coastal regions. The rest of the region was inhabited by various Thracian and Illyrian tribes, as well as mostly coastal colonies of other Greek states, such as Amphipolis, Olynthos, Potidea, Stagira and many others, and to the north another tribe dwelt, called the Paeonians. During the late 6th and early 5th century BC, the region came under Persian rule until the destruction of Xerxes at Plataea. During the Peloponnesian War, Macedonia became the theatre of many military actions by the Peloponnesian League and the Athenians, and saw incursions of Thracians and Illyrians, as attested by Thucydides. Many Macedonian cities were allied to the Spartans, but Athens maintained the colony of Amphipolis under her control for many years. The Kingdom of Macedon was reorganized by Philip II and achieved the union of Greek states by forming the League of Corinth. After his assassination, his son Alexander succeeded to the throne of Macedon and, carrying the title of hegemon of League of Corinth, started his long campaign towards the east. Roman period Macedonia remained an important and powerful kingdom until the Battle of Pydna, in which the Roman general Aemilius Paulus defeated King Perseus of Macedon, ending the reign of the Antigonid dynasty over Macedonia. For a brief period a Macedonian republic called the Koinon of the Macedonians was established. It was divided into 4 administrative districts. That period ended in 148 BC, when Macedonia was fully annexed by the Romans. The northern boundary at that time ended at Lake Oreton by Lazora, a Paeonian city near the modern city of Eels. Strabo, writing in the 1st century AD, places the border of Macedonia on that part at Lycnidos, Byzantine Acris and presently Ohrid. Therefore ancient Macedonia did not significantly extend beyond its current borders. To the east, Macedonia ended according to Strabo at the river Strymon, although he mentions that other writers placed Macedonia's border with Thrace at the river Nestos, which is also the present geographical boundary between the 2 administrative districts of Greece. The Acts of the Apostles records a vision in which the Apostle Paul is said to have seen a man of Macedonia, pleading with him, saying, "Come over to Macedonia and help us." The passage reports that Paul and his companions responded immediately to the invitation. Subsequently the provinces of Epirus and Thessaly as well as other regions to the north were incorporated into a new Provincia Macedonia. But in 297 AD under a Diocletian reform many of these regions were removed and 2 new provinces were created: Macedonia Prima and Macedonia Salutaris. Macedonia Prima coincided approximately with Strabo's definition of Macedonia and with the modern administrative district of Greece and had Thessalonica as its capital, while Macedonia Secunda had the Paeonian city of Stobi as its capital. This subdivision is mentioned in Hierocles' Synecdoche and remained through the reign of Emperor Justinian. The Slavic, Avar, Bulgarian and Magyar invasions in the 6th–7th centuries devastated both provinces, with only parts of Macedonia Prima in the coastal areas and nearer Thrace remaining in Byzantine hands. While most of the hinterland was disputed between the Byzantium and Bulgaria, the Macedonian regions under Byzantine control passed under the Toma of Macedonia to the province of Thrace. A new system of administration came into place in 789–802 AD, following the Byzantine Empire's recovery from these invasions. The new system was based on administrative divisions called themata. The region of Macedonia Prima was divided between the Tama of Thessalonica and the Tama of Strymon, so that only the region of the area from Nestos eastwards continued to carry the name Macedonia, referred to as the Tama of Macedonia or the Tama of Macedonia in Thrace. The Tama of Macedonia in Thrace had its capital in Adrianople. Medieval history. Familiarity with the Slavic element in the area led 2 brothers from Thessaloniki, Saints Cyril and Methodius, to be chosen to convert the Slavs to Christianity. Following the campaigns of Basil II, all of Macedonia returned to the Byzantine state. Following the Fourth Crusade 1203–1204, a short-lived Crusader realm, the Kingdom of Thessalonica, was established in the region. It was subdued by the co-founder of the Greek despotate of Epirus, Theodore Komnenos Doukas, in 1224, when Greek Macedonia and the city of Thessalonica were at the heart of the short-lived Empire of Thessalonica. Returning to the restored Byzantine Empire shortly thereafter, Greek Macedonia remained in Byzantine hands until the 1340s, when all of Macedonia was conquered by the Serbian ruler Stefan Dušan. Divided between Serbia and Bulgaria after Dušan's death, the region fell quickly to the advancing Ottomans, with Thessaloniki alone holding out until 1387. After a brief Byzantine interval in 1403 to 1430, Thessalonica and its immediate surrounding area returned to the Ottomans. The capture of Thessalonica threw the Greek world into consternation, being regarded as the prelude to the fall of Constantinople itself. The memory of the event has survived through folk traditions containing fact and myths. Apostolos Bakalopoulos records the following Turkish tradition connected with the capture of Thessalonica. While Murad was asleep in his palace at Yenitsa, the story has it that God appeared to him in a dream and gave him a lovely rose to smell, full of perfume. The Sultan was so amazed by its beauty that he begged God to give it to him. God replied, "This rose, Murad, is Thessalonica. Know that it is to you granted by heaven to enjoy it. Do not waste time, go and take it." Complying with this exhortation from Murad marched against Thessalonica and, as it has been written, captured it. Ottoman rule. Thessaloniki became a center of Ottoman administration in the Balkans. While most of Macedonia was ruled by the Ottomans, in Mount Athos the monastic community continued to exist in a state of autonomy. The remainder of the Chalkidiki Peninsula also enjoyed an autonomous status. The Koinon of Madamoshoria was governed by a locally appointed council due to privileges obtained on account of its wealth, coming from the gold and silver mines in the area. There were several uprisings in Macedonia during Ottoman rule, including an uprising after the Battle of Lepanto that ended in massacres of the Greek population. The uprising in Naousa of the Armatolos Zissis Karadimos in 1705, a rebellion in the area of Grivana by a cleft called Ziakas, and the Greek Declaration of Independence in Macedonia by Emmanuel Papas in 1821. During the Greek War of Independence, in 1854, Theodoros Ziakas, the son of the cleft Ziakas, together with Samas Karatassos, who had been among the captains at the siege of Naousa in 1821, led another uprising in western Macedonia that has been profusely commemorated in Greek folk song. Modern history. Greece gained the southern parts of region with Thessaloniki from the Ottoman Empire after the First Balkan War, and expanded its share in the Second Balkan War against Bulgaria. The boundaries of Greek Macedonia were finalized in the Treaty of Bucharest. In World War I, Macedonia became a battlefield. The Greek Prime Minister, Eleftherios Venizelos, favored entering the war on the side of the Entente, while the Germanophile King Constantine I favored neutrality. Invited by Venizelos, in autumn 1915, the Allies landed forces in Thessaloniki to aid Serbia in its war against Austria-Hungary and Bulgaria, but their intervention came too late to prevent the Serbian collapse. The Macedonian front was established, with Thessaloniki at its heart, while in summer 1916 the Bulgarians took over Greek Eastern Macedonia without opposition. This provoked a military uprising among pro-Venizalist officers in Thessaloniki, resulting in the establishment of a provisional government of national defense in the city, headed by Venizelos, which entered the war alongside the Allies. After intense diplomatic negotiations and an armed confrontation in Athens between Entente and Royalist forces, the king abdicated, and his second son Alexander took his place. Venizelos returned to Athens in June 1917, and Greece, now unified, officially joined the war on the side of the Allies. In World War II, Macedonia was occupied by the Axis, with Germany taking western and central Macedonia, with Thessaloniki and Bulgaria occupying and annexing eastern Macedonia. From the 1870s, Slavic-speaking communities of northern Greece split into two hostile and opposed groups with two different national identities, Greek and Bulgarian. By the Second World War and following the defeat of Bulgaria, another further split between the Slavic group occurred. Conservatives departed with the occupying Bulgarian army to Bulgaria. Leftists began identifying as Macedonians, joining the communist-dominated rebel Democratic Army of Greece. At the conclusion of the Greek Civil War, most Macedonians of Slavic background left Greece and settled in the Yugoslav Socialist Republic of Macedonia. Some also migrated to Canada or Australia. Etymology. The name Macedonia derives from the Greek mu alpha kappa epsilon delta omicron mu iota alpha, a kingdom named after the ancient Macedonians. Their name, mu alpha kappa epsilon delta omicron mu epsilon sigma, is cognate to the ancient Greek adjective mu alpha kappa epsilon delta nu omicron sigma, meaning tall, slim. It was traditionally derived from the Indo-European root *mac, meaning long or slender. But according to modern research by Robert Beeks, both terms are of pre-Greek substrate origin and cannot be explained in terms of Indo-European morphology. However, Beeks' views are not mainstream. Local government. Macedonia is divided into 3 regions comprising 14 regional units. The regional units are further divided into municipalities or communities. They are overseen by the Ministry for the Interior, while the Ministry of Macedonia and Thrace is responsible for the coordination and application of the government's policies in the region. Prior to the Kallikratis reform in 2010, Greece's regional units were called prefectures, and Thassos was part of the prefecture of Kavala. Macedonia borders the neighboring regions of Thessaly to the south, Thrace to the east and Epirus to the west. It also borders Albania to the northwest, the Republic of Macedonia to the north and Bulgaria to the northeast. The 3 Macedonian regions and their subdivisions are: the geographical region of Macedonia also includes the male-only autonomous monastic state of Mount Athos, but this is not part of the Macedonia precincts. Mount Athos is under the spiritual jurisdiction of the Ecumenical Patriarchate of Constantinople, and enjoys a special status. It is inaccessible to women, its territory is a self-governed part of Greece, and the powers of the state are exercised through a governor. The European Union takes this special status into consideration, particularly on matters of taxation exemption and rights of installation. The governor of Mount Athos is appointed by the Greek Foreign Ministry, Economy and Transport. Macedonia possesses some of the richest farmland in Greece in the plains of Veria, Thessaloniki, Sarres and Drama. A wide variety of agricultural products and cash crops are grown, including rice, wheat, beans, olives, cotton, tobacco, fruit, grapes, Florina peppers. There is also production of wine and other alcoholic beverages. Food processing and textile weaving constitute the principal manufacturing industries. Tourism is a major industry along the coast, particularly in the Chalcidice Peninsula, the island of Thassos and the northern approaches to Mount Olympus. Many tourists originate from Germany and Eastern Europe. Thessaloniki is a major port city and industrial center. Kavala is the second harbor of Macedonia. Apart from the principal airport at Thessaloniki, airports also exist in Kavala, Kozani, and Kastoria. The Via Egnatia motorway crosses the full distance of Macedonia, linking most of its main cities. It also has a train system. It is usually criticized for being underfunded, and there has been much anger directed against those. The National Railway Company. Culture. Macedonian cuisine. The arrival of Greek refugees from Asia Minor and Constantinople in the 20th century popularized Ottoman and Constantinopolitan recipes. A continuation from ancient days as dishes such as lamb cooked with quince or various vegetables and fruits, goat boiled or fried in olive oil. Modern recipes from Kavala to Kastoria and Kozani offer lamb with quince, pork with celery or leeks. Some current specialties are trahana with crackling, filler-based pies and wild boar. Favorites of Taro kafteri, soupes chrysates, midya yakni. Unlike Athens, the traditional pita bread for the popular souvlaki is not grilled but fried. The variety of sweets has been particularly enriched with the arrival of the refugees. Macedonian music. Music of Macedonia is the music of the geographic region of Macedonia in Greece. which is a part of the music of whole region of Macedonia. Folk dances in Macedonia include Macedonia, Chasarpiko, Levantikos, Zybakiko, Zonaradiko, Indeka Kazanus, Samarinas, Stankana, Akritikos, Bidaska, Macedonikos Antichristis, Mikrieleni, Partalos, Kleftikos Makedonikos, Impugat Sash, Castorianos, Onikalos and Sirtos Macedonias. In Macedonia, there are also patriotic songs sung by the Greek army and local citizens like Famous Macedonia.